Hi and welcome to my channel. I'm Bunny or Gun Bunny, and this is my journey through guns and cosplay. And today is going to be kind of an interesting video. My channel has never been very traditional, but in any way. But today it's going to be kind of a mix of two things. It's going to be talking about something that I have been bothered by and wanted to share you guys with, and just kind of make a little bit of a video about because I think it's kind of ridiculous. And two, a little bit of a check-in and slash of asking for possible ideas or advice on part of my set. And we'll talk a little bit about my set a little bit. So without further ado, let's get started. After I stop scratching my knee because it itches, I'm actually going to lower the camera a little bit too. When I started my channel, I decided that I was not going to monetize through YouTube and I wasn't going to do sponsorships unless like Uncrustables wants to sponsor me. So I decided to basically be crowdfunded. The way that you can support me is through my Patreon, which is the link below. The paid tier starts at $5, and then there are many levels with different perks from there. So please go check it out. It's pretty cool. Yeah, you can also support me by liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing my videos, checking your feed every Monday and every Thursday for my new videos, because that's when they come out, and YouTube's algorithm is a little bit of a bitch sometimes. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video and my channel in general. Bye. All right, so first, we're going to be talking about, one minute, I need to check my notes. You know what, I'm just gonna grab my computer. So when I was shopping at Taylor's & Company a year ago, you may have remembered when I bought myself 2 single action army, like blue 9mm pistols. Actually, I have right here. Two of these, my cowboy action shooting pistols, right? They're beautiful, I love them, they're amazing. I ordered a third thing when I got those, which is a Derringer. It is the Derringer Rider Deluxe White Precision Pistol 2 in 4.5mm. It cost me like about $350. I'm rounding up from $346, but I ordered them at the same time. Now, when I ordered these both, the pistols, the revolvers were not in stock. But the Derringer was in stock. And then I got an update. Hey, the pistols are in stock now. Great. The delivery was supposed to be for 2-day delivery on Friday, March 14th. Last year. It has been so long since I ordered these pistols. This pistol, where the other ones came in 2 days, that weren't in stock. But this one was in stock when I ordered it. And it said it was supposed to be delivered, in 2 days. I've been waiting for over, I don't know the exact timeline, but like, because I can't do math right now, I don't want to, but like for almost a year now, and we have called Taylor's & Company multiple times. This is through our dealer account, by the way. This is not as a personal account, and they just say, oh, we don't have it, we have to get it from the Italians. I get delays, especially if it was a new pistol or if it was like, a product that was out of stock, but it was in stock and it was supposed to be delivered 2 days ahead. Like, I feel like as a pretty, professional operation, like, I don't know. I just feel like they haven't offered anything. Like, even like, I'm like, hey, do you still even want this? Like, do you like, I honestly, like, I still want it and I would rather like get it. But at this point, I'm like, I kind of want a refund and I might just order it from another company, because at this point, it's been so long. I don't know if it's ever going to arrive. And I spent a good chunk of money on that, right? Like, that's not like, it's obviously like $350 is, I don't care, like, whatever, but it is, I could buy another pistol for that. I was really excited too, because if you can't tell by my outfit, I am a whimsy historical whore. And like, okay, but like, look at my socks. Aren't they so cute? And so I wanted to make a video where I dressed up and I talked about the Derringer in my little historical set, because it was, advertised as a parlor pistol, and I wanted to do research on that, but I don't have it, so I can't do that. Anyway, this is kind of my like last ditch effort on Taylor's & Company. Please get your fucking shit together, because like, come on, like, either like talk to me about an alternative that you actually can send me now, or just give me fucking like at this, or just tell me like an actual estimate. I know Taylor's & Company, we have had issues with shipping in before, but like for my lever gun, but that was also something that we pre-ordered and they were rolling out a new thing. It wasn't something that they had on their website already and was set in stock. This is like a, hey, this is a new gun that we're getting out, and so we have to put it through tests and whatever. That makes more sense. I try to be really like, not like complaining about this shit. They're a big company. It is not like they are like, you know, 3 specialists in their fucking garage. I don't know. Come on, television company, just give me my fucking Derringer. I just want to be a whimsy. I just, you know? Anyway, so that part of the video is over. And now we're going to talk about my set. So if you don't know, this is what I call my modern set. I've decorated it with a lot of my collections. I collect pins, stickers, and then also my bunny collection. And I can give you a closer look at all of these. Some of these were collected by me, some I got from competitions, and some were sent by friends, and some were gifts. This is a set piece I made for my Bugs Bunny cosplay. And then here's my bunny collection. Oh wait, that's just some art I have. But here's my bunny collection. My favorite is the little hedgehog wearing bunny ears. He's my little imposter. If you don't know why I like hedgehogs, go watch my video on my hedgehog shoulder spotter and you'll find out. I have another set, kind of. Give me a sec, I just want to close this door because now Hunter left. This is what I call in my head, my historical set. Ow. Yay! As you can tell, I put a lot of work and effort into curating that modern set. It's because it's what I use most of the time, but I love history and I also love fantasy, and I would love to be able to do more filming with that background so it felt, I don't know, just more like cohesive and accurate. Or even if I'm just wearing an outfit like this outfit, if I had a nice historical set, would go so much better over here. I would like to be able to do that and also do skits and whatever in that set. And so, but the thing I have been struggling with the most is what I want to put here. So part of the issue is a slanted roof, right? Like if I walk back here, my height is at the top of this, which is fine. That can kind of give the cozy vibe. The thing about historical clothing and such is that I would want to be able to have a little bit of a bigger space to do my set. So basically kind of what I have roped off in my head, even though I've expanded a little bit into it, is kind of like, you know, starting from the edge of this door and then coming out until where this wallpaper ends, and creating kind of that amount of floor space, if that makes sense, is all technically part of that set. Now, what I don't know fully is what I want to put in here, because I want it to read as historical vibes while being somewhat non-period specific, if that makes sense. Like I don't want it to look necessarily like one specific era, so that I could plausibly do everything from medieval to fantasy to 1920s in it, and it is just plausibly like a historical-y looking set without having to specifically be one era that looks super anachronistic with certain things. So that is where I have been struggling a lot. And also just because like I don't want to spend a shit ton of money on this. I don't make that much money because I just monetize through Patreon and whatever. So a lot of it's going to be DIY, and I also would love to showcase some of my collections and have a nice place to display them. I've been watching a lot of Rachel Maxey, who does a lot of like whimsical cosplay and crafting, but has also gotten into home decoration recently for ideas on how to do this and like just vibes and budget. I also know myself, and that the more that something is like, you know, the vibe, it is aesthetically pleasing, the better I will enjoy a place. So like right now, just a little behind the scenes, my studio is a fucking disaster. Like this is my art studio, and this is where I film and make all my things, and it's not very aesthetically pleasing, and I get stressed out by walking into here. But that's so nice, and I can, you know, so like I want to eventually expand and actually decorate the rest of my studio. But I think starting here is important because this is more important for actually making content, and it's a pretty big area. Now, what I already have is this kind of like changing screen, this corset and like cloth, this chair. This is not part of this clothing pile, is not part of this. This is just my like 1880s walking dress. You know, I have this shelf that I've kind of turned into a table, but that could go. You know, and I want to create, I don't know, I want it to be kind of an almost ambiguous space. Kind of, I would say like either parlor / and/or dressing room vibes. Like almost think about when you look at historical paintings, where is that person posing if it's not outdoors? It's often very ambiguously, like it seems like it could be their rooms. It could seem like it could be like, you know, a personal parlor or dressing table. I'm kind of trying to go for that vibe because that can be kind of like, you know, a good mix. So I'm really not sure if you'll have ideas on things I could do to the space, including the like kind of just whole area that is, you know, disability friendly for me, because I'm, you know, I'm not that strong, and budget friendly on ways that I can DIY and decorate, and things that I could possibly include in this area that are going to be easy for me to do would be super fucking helpful, because I'm kind of stuck for ideas. I have a few, like I do like this little dressing thing. I may look on Pinterest a little bit, but yeah, like let me know about, yeah, let me know. Send me comments or whatever. When I do like redo this, I'm not sure if I'm going to post it as a Patreon or as a video here. I think it just kind of depends. So keep an eye out either way. Yeah, I'm kind of like, I want the space to be pleasing and cozy. Another problem is too that like the way that my place is built is that there are these wires that have to go through here and underneath and pass to like actually get power to this room. So that's a big issue. And I'm not fully sure how I'm gonna hide that and have them not get in the way. I'm thinking of maybe having them kind of just like stapling it to the bottom of the wall and then like, I don't know, using a cardboard tube and like covering it to like make it look like trim or something. You're not really going to see that much, but it kind of does take away from the whole vibe if you just see bright yellow wire going across the aesthetic of me putting my fucking Victorian shoes on. And I would love to, because I love historical guns, and, you know, even going up to World War II, like I just need that vibe, and this is just not pleasing to look at, and it stresses me out to look at. And I don't use it as much and don't do as much historical or fantasy stuff, even in shorts or skits or whatever, just because I don't like how this looks. And I think it's finally time that I get my shit together and start doing that. Yeah, so any ideas would be appreciated. Oh, and I have one more thought I need y'all's opinion on. This door. Now, this door bothers me to no end because it's kind of like right in the middle of the filming area wall I use. I have 3 ideas. 1, I can expand it from this purple side and it can be part of the kind of modern set. And then I can just have more space to kind of like run around in. 2, I can expand this into the historical set and I can have the door be part of the historical set and then give myself even more space for the historical stuff. And like maybe even have somewhat variation in the historical set so I can kind of just like do whatever. Or number 3 is I can make this a green screen. Basically just take a green screen sheet and put it over the door. Either like, I think what I would probably do is have it up here and then have it retractable so I can get out. And so then I'm not worried about like the door knob texture coming through. And I can use that to film short form vertical video where I want a background, right? Because I can just kind of like isolate this thing. And that way I'm not, one of the reasons I have all my stuff along this wall is so my lights are easier for me to just keep in like, you know, 1 or 2 places and I can keep it set up. And so that I can use this as a green screen. I do have another door and area over here that I can turn into a green screen area if I wanted to. I have enough lights technically if I can get them all working. It's just this junk corner can turn into my green screen area where I can basically get rid of a bunch of this shit that I don't need, like that broken chair and stuff, and make this whole wall green screen. But again, who knows? Like, I'm open to ideas. I want people's opinions on this because, I don't know, I can't decide, and I thought it'd be just a little interesting update and a little bit of like a behind the scenes of stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a lot of moving around with the camera, so hopefully it didn't make you dizzy, and I hope you're staying cozy and warm because it is snowing so much, and I am cold. All right, thanks, bye.